Welcome back to the Chef Joseph's Kick Sauce for Entrepreneurs channel. The Chef Joseph's Kick Sauce for Entrepreneurs channel. Today is Sunday, August the 10th. Sunday, August the 10th. And today was a day, we're going to discuss a couple things today. And today was an interesting day. Wasn't too bad of a day. I really don't have bad days, just every day as an entrepreneur, of course, it's like a roller coaster, up and down at times. But I want to speak to you today about when a man is done, a man is done. I'm going to say it again. When a man is done, a man is done. As I'm about to speak these words, like this is no shade cast to anybody else. Not any of our sisters either. This is just talking about as a man, especially when you build, things like that. I come up in a generation where we learn how to light a wood stove or wood stoves, plural. And I remember when I was 6 years old, my cousins and I, we would be outside and they would make us split wood. That was like when we woke up in the country, that's what it was. I'm kind of a hybrid. I grew up in the city and part city, part country, so I'm kind of a hybrid. But the times I did spend, in the country with my uncles and cousins, those were some very memorable moments for me. And though my family had problems, just like anybody else, not really problems, you have challenges, family stuff, that's a given. Everyone has them. At least most people do, or some people have had family problems. But fortunate enough for me, I had some uncles in my life who really instilled in us, manhood, from a young age. Not saying that they were perfect, but they did their best to basically instill manhood into us, you know. And a lot of those lessons I still remember, and I've never forgotten them. They're in the tablets of my heart, seared into my consciousness. And I recall one of my uncles. Um, he was and this is my opinion. He's my uncle. I can say it, you know. But anyway, he was a very hard worker, and he worked at a foundry. They were making pipes, that go up underneath the ground. And he was a very hard worker. I remember there were times he would get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and he'll be gone. 2 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes he wouldn't return till 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening. And he would rinse and repeat that cycle for as long as I can remember coming up. I remember with that work, he was able to put 3 boys into college, which were my first cousins, and all of them are successful. All of them are successful. And so shout out to them. All of them are very successful. And of course success comes with challenges as well. But I definitely want to talk to you because I remember the hard work that my uncle would put in. And he basically, he worked a lot, you know what I'm saying? And on his off time, yes, he would probably drink. He would drink some. How much, how little, that's not of importance. But I can honestly say that he put his time in. I remember he had bought a trailer, him and his wife, which is my aunt. They bought like a tin trailer, like a little, a small trailer basically. And before you knew it, he added on a section to it, one little section on the side. And then next thing you know it, he did 2 sections. And then he finally, he brick finally he had added a whole other side to make the trailer like a double or a triple wide trailer. And he basically did this on his own. And he bricked it all the way around. And I remember helping when I would come up to the country and stuff, helping him do this. And that house still stands today. My uncle, which is my mother's oldest brother, though he had, things he was dealing with. I mean, in that time, dealing with racism, dealing with a lot of things on his job, I'm sure, back in the 80s, 70s and 80s, there was not really many outlets for men. At least it's not as many as there are today. And this man worked. My hat is off to him. Always will be off to my uncle. My Uncle Floyd. My hat always goes out because that man worked hard. And though he had his problems, he made sure that his boys were successful, including me, his nephew. And I remember his lessons. I also remember the times nearing the end of his life that I remember he went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his wife had passed, which was my aunt. And then he was kind of left in the country, to try to just live out his days, And I remember the last time I seen him, he was coming out the field with my other uncle. They was doing some housework or some yard work. And I remember he looked at me with them brown eyes. He said, "You okay?" With a smile on his face. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget that. And I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." And that was the last time I seen him. Though he had his problems drinking, though he had, and drinking produces a myriad of other problems and circumstances as well. But the man, I give him credit because he laid his life down to make sure his boys were successful, his family was successful. But it comes with a price. I've been telling y'all, it comes with a price. I want to start off with that story because I want to share this with you. And what I want to share with you is that when a man is done, a man is done. This is nothing against anyone else, like I've said. But I can't speak for the sisters because I can speak for that a little bit. When a woman is done with you, honestly, when I heard that years and years ago, like when a woman is finally done and had enough, that's it. It's enough. It's no coming back. Seriously. I've had a few of those in my life. Maybe just like many of you may have. Because she gets tired. And when she's fed up, yeah, scriptures even talk about it. But speaking for us men, when a man is done, he is done. I can't really explain it. It's an internal thing. When a man has spoken for years, he sees what has happened and the circumstances that are around him. He sounded the alarm for so long that it seemed to fall on deaf ears. And to the point he was tired of hearing himself talk. And it come a place where you done said it all, you have done it all, you have sounded the alarm, and it seemed to go nowhere. And that's when a man can be done. Women, sisters, don't push your man to that point. If there's something on the table that needs to be discussed, listen to him, okay? At least listen. And try to meet in the middle on a conversation. Because there's nothing worse than putting information out there and it falls on deaf ears. period. There's no situation worse than that. Your words fall, his words falls on deaf ears. After years of going through that, I know that I was done. I was done with people not being true to their word. I was due to people not being held, not holding themselves accountable. And then when you shine the mirror and light to them, they don't want to talk about it. Or they run the opposite direction. Because you know why? Truth will cause people to face themselves. And it takes a strong person to look in the mirror to face themselves and to make their wrongs right. It's not really a hard thing to do. It's really not, honestly. Once you can cross over pride, get past pride, and not, giving zero F's what anyone thinks, then it really becomes light work. It becomes light work. It really does. But when a man is done, he's done. And I realized in my life where I am at this stage, I'm done with quite a few things. It's a beautiful thing. It's yet bitter. It's bitter, not really bitter. It's kind of like a sweet, happy ending / something. But it's definitely, it's very different. Because though you have love in your heart, and you want to rescue, you want to help, you want to save, you want to be that lifeline to people that you care about. But when it falls on deaf ears and there are no solutions, see, men are solution people. See what I'm saying? Me, I don't complain about the problems. Like I said, my thing is, look, I'm going to lay the tracks and keep it moving. I'm laying the tracks as I go. See what I'm saying? Accurately. Laser sharp, laser focused. And I realized today that I'm done. I've been realizing it. And I've been realizing it. But it really hit me. Some people in this world, you won't be able to save. Some people in this world, you won't, you just won't be able to save. Though you throw money at problems, you could throw money at the situation, that's not going to solve anything. That's why I teach people to make money. You give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a person to fish, they eat for a lifetime. And there's so many people out here that don't want to do the work. They want you to give them. Give me. But that can be crippling if not handled in the right, with the right perspective. You know what I'm saying? That could cripple someone. But when a man is done, he's done. So to those of you that may have men in your lives, if he's sounding the alarm, hey, he's sounding the alarm for a reason. Just know that the Most High made him, created him to be in his genetic DNA to be a watchman, to look and see when the storm is coming. He looks across the horizon and he sees these things. He looks across the horizons and he sees it. And when you women ignore that, just know when he shut down, it's going to be very hard for him to come back. That's all I'm telling you. If you got somebody good in your life, a man, or vice versa, you can spin it around. Today is for our brothers. I guess you can direct it to the sisters for real. Yeah, honestly. But when he sounded the alarm, the worst thing you can do is shut him down. That's for sure. I finished the book, by the way. That's just to put a little pin in that. The book is complete. The first draft is done. 64,580 something words. Yeah, and I don't type fast. It was like I type pretty okay, you know. But I type all right, but still, it's not like I type 80 words a minute. And so, yeah, the book is complete. I said that to say that I'm tired. Well, I'm still moving. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying that to say, because what is written is when I was done, basically, and you'll find that in one of the chapters. Because there came a time when a man is done, he's done. Listen to these men, yo. Listen to these brothers out here. A lot of us do have stories. Now, I'm not talking about making excuses for weakness. That's the next thing. One of the things our sisters do not respect is a begging and a crying man. That's one thing. I could attest to that. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to figure it out, yo. And so, but if he has a voice and he makes sense, he's trying to be a solution to your problems. The worst thing you can do is ignore his advice, because it's gonna come a time when he's shut down. It's gonna be like the point of no return. That's the best way I can put it. You know? But yeah, when a man is done, he's done. And this is to encourage you that if you have got a good man in your life, and vice versa. But if that man is sounding the alarm on anything, he's built to do that. If you take that from him by not listening, by just in one ear and out the other, there's a saying, oh God, a saying just came to me. There's a saying. Here I go with my sayings again. Who told me that? Was that my daddy? I can't remember. But it goes like this. One man's junk is another man's treasure. One man's junk is another man's treasure. Right? I'm not saying that's an excuse for him to go out and find his place and resting place in another woman. Not at all. You should separate if you think you're going to cheat. Because you should not bring, all those souls into the balance. But if you think there's no reason to go step outside of your relationship at all. But yeah, one man's junk is another man's treasure. And what you throw away, and I have thrown away some things in my life, and you try to come back, yeah, sometimes that ship has sailed. Yeah, sometimes that ship has sailed. So back to my original statement, like I was telling you, when a man is done, he's done. Don't ever drive a man to the place where he's going to be done with you. Because I'm telling you, men hurt in various ways. Just like women, y'all go through things yourself. You hurt in your own ways. And my hats go out to these sisters out here, because I see a lot of these single moms trying to make it, doing the best they know how. And that's why I'm saying, y'all brothers that see that, don't go lay up with them women. Don't go lay up with them. Because, especially if you ain't for real, we're supposed to be there to protect them, not to slide in between the sheets just because it's right there. Not at all. You've been sitting there to protect her. And if you don't have good intentions, stay far away from our women. They don't need to be hurt anymore. They don't. This is just what I see. But back to what I was saying, when a man is done, he's done. And don't ever drive him to that place where he's done. Don't ever drive him there, because he's not going to come back. He's not. I actually found myself in that situation today. It's not against anyone in particular. It's not a relationship or anything. It's just I look at all the energy that I put out. and in my opinion, never to be heard. Though it hurts, but when a man is done, he is done. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Go to the shorts as well. You see some food videos and stuff like that, some plates and stuff we'll be pumping out. But like and subscribe to this channel, and hopefully y'all can find some type of stimulating thought in this conversation, because it is really coming from a good place. Don't let your man be done, because when he is done, unfortunately, he's not coming back. Peace.